What is up, YouTube? It is your boy, The Red Wrench, and this video is a long time coming. Believe it or not, I actually teased this in the 2021 video, and it's like, what, a year and 4 months later, and we're only here now. But I guess it is time to officially introduce our new member of the Wrench team. Introducing Selina. And let me tell you, she is beautiful. We got a Ryzen 7 5800X, 48 gigs of RAM, a 980 EVO SSD. For the case, we have a Fantex P500A, and of course for our graphics card, we have the Aorus GeForce RTX 3070. And of course, a copious amount of RGB. So let's start from the start. So originally, I had upgraded my other PC, Breeze, and then I thought, you know what, I have enough skills, I should be able to just build a PC from scratch. Now, buying the parts wasn't actually terrible. It's at the fact that I had to get an air cooler because it didn't come with the actual Ryzen CPU, even though I was going to get an AIO, but I just had a placeholder so the computer could actually run. So that was $50 down the drain. But then the next issue was the graphics card. Okay, now this doesn't go like how most of the stories go, okay? What happened was the 30 series came out, and then it got around to Christmas time. And then on Boxing Day, I searched up. There was one available at my local Centrecom. So I wait in line for like an hour and a half. I walk in, use my life savings, walk out, and let me tell you, walking past a 200-person line with one of the last 3070s in stock, so much power. Just, oh my god, insane. So I had all my parts, and it was time to build. So I chose the case, the P500A from Fantex, because I already had the P300A. Thought it was a pretty cool design, and it came with actually RGB fans already in it. But there was also another unique factor about it, the fact that it doesn't have a dust screen. Now, not much of an issue because they claim the mesh front acted as its own dust screen. They lied. It doesn't. There is so much dust in my PC constantly, all the time. It's too much. And the worst thing was, when I did some research, apparently people don't clean the dust out of their PCs just for aesthetic, but because with enough dust, it can become conductive, meaning it can destroy some of your parts. I mean, I guess I would just clean the case often. Problem solved. Now the next issue. So the metal prongs hack wasn't working where you put something conductive in so it turns it on. So I ended up just getting the power button cable from the PC case to put it in and then turn it on. And let me tell you, the spiritual orgasm I achieved from seeing the system turn on and the RGB just flash.
Look at that! Oh my gosh!
Out of body experience. And I put the whole case together and it just worked. I've never had anything like that. It literally just worked. And it was so fast. And it still is so fast. The amount of times I turned it off and then back on and then off and turned it back on just for the sake of speed. Amazing. So apparently high frame rate is used in first person shooters to get a faster reaction input into the computer. I use it because it's smooth. It looks nice. I mean, I do use it. Now, I don't think the B-roll truly represents the amount of pain and anxiety I was feeling when building this PC.
I'm freaking out.
There is actual stress behind doing it, and there's this thing they say within the PC building community that building PCs is like Legos for adults. And yes, you know what? Fair. I agree with that. However, when I build my Lego and if I misplace a part or leave out a part, it doesn't fucking implode. Speaking of implosion, originally my power supply had a knack for doing so. The P750G gigabyte power supply. I thought it was just so good. It was a good deal. It was black. It was everything I needed for my PC. No, if you search it up, one of the first questions is, do gigabyte power supplies explode? So there was this proper review and investigation by Gamers Nexus, and they got a bunch of these power supplies, and they found that when they put them under extreme load, 50% of them imploded. I just think it's hilarious after all the money and care I put into my PC that there was still a 50% chance it would just explode. Now, believe me, there's plenty more issues, but I just do not have enough time, so we're just going to do a speed round of the issues. The Ryzen 7 5800X has a really weird tendency to run hot constantly. I have to put my PC on eco-friendly mode with power, and my fan curve is immaculate. But for some reason, my CPU still runs 50 degrees on idle. It's not just my issue. It's just really hot for some reason. I thought it was my AO, but no, it wasn't. It's just my CPU. Next, when I purchased cable mod extensions, I went to put it in, and one of the cables popped out. I'm still confused and baffled about how a cable mod company that specializes in making cable fucks up this bad, but it seems to be like a reoccurring issue, so I don't know. And then my RAM. Originally, I purchased 32 gigs, okay? 32 gigs, 320 megahertz, 3200 megahertz, and it was all hunky-dory. And then I wanted to get another 32 to make 64, but instead I accidentally got a 16 pack, but they were exactly the same. Exactly the same speed, just memory's different, but the exact same model, everything. So I thought, you know what? It should be fine. Put it in blue screen. I know with everything, these are just trivial PC issues in the grand scheme of things. But I was deceived. It looks so effortless online, but it is so stressful. Oh my god, literally one wrong move, yep, $200 gone. Like, I'm not joking. Like, when I was upgrading my original PC, I was so stressed about bending the pins. I bent the pins and destroyed a $500 motherboard. Just because of stress. But then again, it was a good learning curve. And ultimately, I built this. I brought Selina into existence. That's fucking amazing. I think we take that for granted. It's so cool that I built that. I think if I have any expertise as a novice amateur PC builder, it is to stay calm, take it slow, and ultimately know it's worth it. Good luck, and that's me.